Welcome to the 7th episode of the Influential Wellnesspreneur podcast. My name is Sebastian Hilbert and I'm the Wellnesspreneur expert. I help wellness business owners to avoid the digital overwhelm and grow their business with an effective online presence. Today I have Kris Goetz from I Quit Dairy. Hi Kris, how are you?
Hi Sebastian, I'm well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I'm really excited to have Kris here today. She has 2 university degrees actually, and they are focused on marketing. So we will have the chance to learn a lot from her today about how to get our ideal client online, how to reach them, how to connect with them emotionally so we can, grow our audience online. She also is a TEDx speaker and a vivid and fun blogger and author. So her story is pretty incredible in terms of her health, what she has been through, what she has achieved, and she basically unraveled the truth about dairy. So let's get right into it. Kris, what's the story behind going from a management consultant to something crazy as becoming a wellnesspreneur and starting I Quit Dairy?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that intro. I would say I was living 2 lives for a very, very long time in parallel. One was my quite successful corporate career. And on the other hand, I had my quite successful as well, healing career. Back in 2004, my husband and I had a major car accident and I was left with chronic headaches. For those who don't know how that feels, I always describe it as if you want to connect 2 pipes with like a metal strap around it and you pull it really firm. And you take that metal strap now around your head and you pull it really firm until your head is about to explode. Welcome to my life for about 7 years. It was just incredible, so much pain, and it was just nonstop. And I still kind of had to live on the side. And I took more than 10,000 painkillers during that time, spent more than 100 grand in potential cures and treatments, and saw more than 50 health professionals. So I kind of got disillusioned with where we are at, until one day my husband took me out to a day on a roller coaster and in a theme park back still in Germany, and we were just laughing like little kids. And man, I mean, it's just like these amazing days where you just feel like you're crying because it's just so much fun. And on that day I really realized that Kris, that was me, and that I've lost track of her. And I had this little voice within me telling me like, Kris, this is you, this is who you are meant to be. Just please fight for me, because I'm still in there. And if you now go on our website, iquitdairy.com, you see in big letters, bring back your joy. And that's the flame of joy that I'm referring to, because it doesn't matter how bad we feel, how deep our struggles are, this flame of joy, this smile is still within us. And at that stage, I knew if I want to change my life and my health and get back my health, I really have to own it and I have to hold it in my hands. And I completely changed the kind of health professionals I was working with, went on a more alternative way, changed careers, moved to Australia, maybe the biggest thing, hired a PT and just really revamped my life. But most importantly, I really owned my health. And when I now reflect back, I always say my health is basically my first startup. I told doctors what kind of tests I wanted to have, like being diagnosed with lactose intolerance. That was a question that I made. But back then, my doctors told me, yeah, you're lactose intolerant, but you need to continue eating dairy. I mean, where else do you want to get your calcium? And there is a lot of misinformation still out there. And I trusted them. So fast forward to 2015, where my headaches got heaps better. I was living more and more, following more and more my passion. But the universe decided I wasn't quite there yet. So threw another curveball at me and I got a major hip injury. Couldn't walk for more than I literally could not walk, could not stand, could not sit. Just on the weekend, we ran another gut health Kickstarter event and I digged out all photos of my goals back then. And the first goal was to sleep without pain. And the second one was to be able to go back to work and sit or stand. So they were like those basic goals. That were the goals I had back then. normal. Went saw my sports physician, and he's just amazing. He just explained everything to me. And at one stage he said, Kris, it doesn't really heal that fast because you have inflammation in your whole body. I'm like, inflammation. The management consultant was woken up basically, and I project management the heck out of healing myself. And I learned the truth about inflammation and how inflammatory dairy is. So I went dairy-free pretty much overnight, and that was when I Quit Dairy was born. I created recipes, streamlined the heck out of going dairy-free from a lifestyle perspective, from a dietary point of view. Worked with the right health professionals like Robin Shooter, who was on your podcast before as well, who really empowered me. And I felt results within days. Had more and more energy. Woke up at 6 a.m. like, what are we doing now? I'm fit. And my husband was like, turning around and closing your eyes. Like, no. So really, really, energy came back. Inflammation slowly left my body. And just last year, I finished City to Surf. Back when I had my hip injury, doctors told me I need to have surgery. I will never run 10K again. And I've proven them all wrong. I didn't have any surgery. My headaches are now completely history. I didn't take any painkillers for the last, 3 or 4 years. I'm really living the life of my dream, and I just feel like I want to climb on the next roof and just shout it out and tell everybody that when you really own your health, you can change it, and you have the power. You have the power. Nobody else. That pretty much brought me in at 2 years ago. That was when my corporate life and my healing life merged. And my husband and I together decided that I now go on a full-time journey to start my own business, while he continues, for that time at least, bringing in the money, and giving me that freedom and that opportunity, which was amazing. And now I'm here. I'm basically running 2 businesses. I have I Quit Dairy, which is a tool especially for health professionals, for them. So we work with a couple of health professionals together, so they can on-sell it to their clients. And we see it basically as a funnel of energy and funnel of money. So customer pays for it. I believe you have to pay for education to actually value it, just from a marketing and mind psychology point of view. If we get things for free, we usually don't value it. So therefore you need to value it. You have to pay for it. The health professional gets their passive income, which they need because they need money. Money is power. And we donate money to charities that are really making this world a better place. So that's the one thing, and I'm super passionate about this one, because in 7 days, it's the fastest way to go dairy-free. 7 days, 60 recipes, 40 short and sharp videos, really that it blends into their lifestyle, because I know how a busy lifestyle looks like. And it's a good balance between what products can you buy and which stuff do you better do yourself. And then on the other hand, I have which I just started half a year ago, my own lifestyle coaching business. So I teach people about gut health, and just really owning your whole healing journey. So they are the 2 businesses, and that's how it all came together.
I can really feel your passion there, and that's what makes it so enjoyable listening to you, really. But you just mentioned at the end, you said you started, or you wanted to share this incredible message that you have with the world, basically. And I always say, share your passion with the world. It's something amazing to do. But what did you actually do? Like, I'm sure this didn't happen overnight. So there were probably some struggles and difficulties also. But what did you do, and what was it that you had to push through and overcome?
So I think the first one, and my mom is just someone who's like, just do it now. And she started her own business when she was in her mid-40s. And starting. German perfectionism is not really the best trait you have when you start your own business. Just start. Don't wait for someone to give you the approval. Trust in my own authenticity and in my own credibility. Because yes, I do have a certification as a health and nutrition diet coach, something, but I didn't study naturopathy or anything. But I studied at the University of Life. and just really having that sink in, that I have credible information to share from my own journey, and really getting the word out there, doing my Facebook lives, setting up events, just really standing in my power and say, no, I have a message to share. And there are people I meet the most incredible people, and they go through so much tough stuff in their life, and I can be there, and I can be that light, and I can give them the hope that it is possible to heal themselves. And I think for me, one thing that's always really important in what I do is that I speak with authenticity. I actually just live my truth, and I just do it. So when we run our Gut Health Kickstarter events, we do it at home. We do it in this place. So I open up my pantry, and people can look into it. All of the videos of I Quit Dairy are filmed in my kitchen. So I'm just not preaching some theory that someone came up with. No, I'm sharing my story, and I show that it's possible to do.
Yeah.
Maybe one more thing. Hang on, money mindset. Especially for those wellness entrepreneurs who come from a corporate job, who believe that work only happens in front of a computer. That was a big thing for me, that it is work to create a recipe. It is work to network, talk to people. It is work to run events. Maybe that was the closest to what I've done before, and running workshops and everything. But being in the kitchen can actually be work, and allowing yourself to be supported in that way. And that's why I Quit Dairy, as I said before, the funnel of money, because I know for a lot of health professionals, we gained our health through whatever journey, and we think it's nothing people should pay for because it's so valuable. But because it is so valuable, people have to pay for it. And if you get paid for your work, and your work is amazing and can completely change people's lives, those people need to invest in you. And once you get the money, you know you are supported, you know you are on the right path. So see it as a positive, from a positive perspective, and as a way of energy exchange.
So when you said you did the your workshops and your Facebook lives, do you have a structure for them? Do you have or do you just do it however you feel, or do you plan?
So let's start with the Facebook lives. I started scheduling them and having topics about it, but I pretty quickly decided that's just not me. The way I do my Facebook lives at the moment is just, I wake up in the morning and think, hey, I should talk about this today, or I have a conversation with someone, and that just sparks a thought, and I just share. I don't have a script for those. Sometimes I make like 3 little notes beforehand. No, I don't. What I always try to make sure of is that whatever I share, it needs to be relevant, so I tie it back to my services. That can be an event, that can be my 15-minute free consultation. If I do it for I Quit Dairy, it definitely needs to have to do something with dairy-free living. So that's really, no, it's just whatever flows through me that moment.
Yeah.
And in case I run out of topics, I have a big bag of topics where I just pick.
Yeah, of course. And I think everyone has an incredible knowledge and a massive mountain of value they're standing on. There's always something little you can pick and share, and that's valuable. But when you say tie it back, doesn't mean you always have a call to action on there, or is it just like it's relevant to?
Yes, I always have a call to action in everything I share, because otherwise it's so I hired a coach for my business, and I think that's really important as well, that we get support. It's the saying, when you want to heal yourself, you don't just wake up and think, okay, now I heal myself. At least you start looking into a book, and next you will hire a professional. And the same with starting your business. It really makes sense, and it has completely changed my business life once I hired my coach, because he just always says, Kris, there needs to be a call to action, because you want people to do something. So why not give them the hand and say, hey, you do something and I show you how. and tie it back to your service. Just be proud of what you offer. And everything we're sharing when we're in the health and wellness sector, it all relates in some way to our service. It's what we do. We live our life to heal ourselves and heal others. And I don't believe that health is this destiny and at one stage we all healed. It's a journey. And it's a journey we continue working on. And we will have different health professionals along that journey. And just say again?
It's very individual.
It is. It's 100% individual. What worked for me will not work for them. When I run my gut health Kickstarter events, for example, that's such a good point what you just said. When I run my Kickstarter events, people are here from, I just want to learn a bit more about cooking, to I just came out of a severe cancer treatment, or I'm about to go into one. So it's like, they couldn't be further away. So what I always say at the beginning of my workshops is, there will be information that completely resonate with you, that you just pick and you straight implement it. And there are those that you wonder, like, what should I do with that? And then there are those that do not make sense to you at the moment. But that's because we are all on a different path, and some information makes sense for you right now, and others, they just planted a seed in this moment. And in 5 years, maybe you just think back like, oh, there was something, and maybe there were more plants and they get watered along the way. And at one stage, it just makes sense. Like for me, I got the diagnosis being lactose intolerant, going to my doctor in and say, yay, so now you tell me how I go dairy free, right? And he's like, no. And it took me another 5 years because before I discovered the truth about dairy, and I went dairy free, and then I looked for the right health professionals. But then the time was right for me to learn it. And we have to allow ourselves to have that individual journey.
Very good. What I really liked when I, looked up what you do online, and I had a look at your website and the 2 websites and the profiles and things like that, I really loved how non-selly, non-pushy, and authentic you come across, and how you really talk to your audience on your websites and your general online presence. Can you talk a little bit about that, like how you've achieved that, what maybe your thought process are behind that, and how you can actually get there?
That's such an interesting comment. For me, it feels sometimes just selling. But I think the one thing that's really crucial for me, yes, I bring up the call to actions, but what I deeply believe is, if something triggers you, it means you should do something. And I'm completely unattached if someone watches my videos, if they work with me or with someone else. What I really want them is to take action. And I think the this bloody word, just being authentic, just being me, just being who I am, that's just key. It's ingrained in everything. Just openly sharing what I struggle with as well. It's not, I don't have this magic pill. I think that's one of the challenges that we have in our industry, is that there are so many people running around and saying, hey, I have this amazing diet, I have this amazing supplement, and I have this amazing, I have no clue what else. But no, it needs to all come into one pot, and it all needs to be part of it, and it's about educating. And the more you give, the more you will support it in return as well. So I just believe in sharing what I have, and that's how I pick my health professional. Like Robin, for example, she's amazing. She shares so much wisdom everywhere. She speaks on stages. She runs her memberships. She shares. And just the other day, I was thinking about one topic, and I know she's one of my absolute team members for my own health. So I gave her a call and paid for one consultation, and we just bounced it through. But because I know her, and because she continues sharing her knowledge, and she's still in my frame, that's why I connect with her. And I hope that it's the same for others. They see my content and they continue dating my content from that perspective. And at one stage, they might have a challenge and they just think, hey, Kris shares something about it. Maybe she has something valuable for me. Maybe we just have a chat and have a session. And then let's see what we can do with that. Yeah.
good. Very good.
Maybe can I add one thing, just with my marketing background, what I learned at university, and it's, for me, healing is the same as business. I see them very much the same. It's about allowing yourself to fail. Yes, if we want to heal ourselves, we might not straight start with a perfect solution, and that's okay, but we will learn. I mean, the same with a business. And a lot of the theories, because I did my master's in marketing, a lot of those theories I tried to implement first into my business. That doesn't work. I'm a one woman and now starting to build my own team around me, but still I'm me and I'm not Coca-Cola. I just need to find my way, and not all of those frameworks add actually value to me in the current space where I am at. And I think everything, we always just have to go back to, who am I? What do I stand for? What message do I want to share, and then share it.
Yeah. Very easy to get caught up by looking at big things like role models and then thinking I need to copy what they do. Realize I don't have the things that they have, so I have to start somewhere else. And that's, on one side, you have to copy leaders, but you also have to realize who you are and where you are at. So yeah.
That's such a really important thing, what you just say. So along my journey, especially for the last 3 years, when I decided I want to start my business, at the beginning I didn't really know what it was I wanted to start. 2 years ago, then I decided that I want to do I Quit Dairy. So I definitely analyzed the heck out of everything. So I analyzed the heck out of businesses, wellness businesses that I just really aspire to, where I like what they did. So I, first of all, took a snapshot of who are they at the moment. But then, and that's so crucial, is you have to go back. Where did they start? How did they start? What were their environment they've been in? Because you cannot model of a multi-million-dollar business when you just start. It's a fun idea, but the one key thing that you are missing is that whole funnel. And you have to build that funnel of clients, of potential clients, of people you're influencing by giving free information. And that's how most of them have started. They just spread the word, and it's just spread it and spread it and spread it. Get your product out there, get people talking about it. Just really put yourself out there and create that funnel. That needs to be your first priority, and that is my first priority. Just get in touch with people, learn from them. Going back to my gut health Kickstarter events, we started as dairy-free masterclasses. That did not work. That did not sell. Nobody wanted to hear about dairy-free. They come to our gut health Kickstarter events. All the recipes are still dairy-free, and we still use I Quit Dairy as the main tool of it for all the recipes. But it's about a lot more, because that's what my clients actually want. They want a lot more, and dairy-free is just one element, and you have to learn from working with your customers.
Kris, well, I think where you just went to is like understanding your market. What do you do to better understand your market?
I put myself out and have a chat. I go on markets and I run my classes. I created gut health Kickstarter events at Lentil as Anything, and just told them, hey guys, you have me for free for a night. Can you fill a room? And we collaborate on that. So I fill a room, they fill a room, and together we have fun. Work with different organizations to just get on other people's stages. I do public speaking. Last year I've been at pretty much all the events I think that were in my space where I could get on. I had 4 days at Mind, Body, Spirit every day during lunch in the Soul Kitchen. Amazing. I went to the Cruelty Free Festival, a live festival. I'm speaking again at the live festival this year. I went to Living Green in Canberra. Every opportunity I get to put myself on a stage. And yes, it is nerve-wracking at the beginning, but honestly, I'm a person who really enjoys it. I like being in this. Someone just, like a couple of years ago, told me, Kris, if something scares the heck out of you, but you have this really deep desire that you still want to do it, that's exactly where you want to be. And that's me on stage. So it really scares the heck out of me when I'm standing here in my own living room and do our gut health Kickstarters. I'm hiding for 15 minutes at least in the level above on our balcony, standing in the sun and just soaking up the energy and just really getting into myself and just like, okay, this is what I'm focusing on today. Get my stuff together, and then I go down and I deeply believe that, and it's flipping the whole health perspective on its head. I deeply believe that everybody I work with, that they have something to heal myself, to share with me, that will trigger me, that will bring me forward. So I'm always looking, when I work with people, I fully focus on them, and I see, and I usually do get triggered at one stage where I'm just like, oh, where did that one come from? Interesting. Okay. So I can heal them, and in return, they have something for me, because we all meet for a reason. They don't just come to my events. Yeah, I just believe in synchronicities, and I believe that they came for a reason, and that I'm here for a reason, and I have to do my job, basically.
Very good. Love that. Kris, for the end, I always ask the interviewees, what are your 3 best pieces of advice for anyone in the wellness business area who wants to grow their business, who want to create an effective online presence and really get themselves out there doing the things that you are doing right now?
I think that as a baseline is healing is like, business is like healing, and we are good in healing. So just see our business as if we heal someone. In general, don't be afraid to fail. Just do not be afraid to fail. Just start. Don't wait for perfection. Just start doing what you're here for. You're here to heal people. So just do it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Just put myself out there, and if I fail with something, I get the next day and the next opportunity where I can change it. It's as easy as that. Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways how it didn't work. And that's it. So that's number 1. The second one is be authentic. Be who you are. There are so many like businesses and wellness entrepreneurs without a face. Be who you are. Share your story. Sharing your story is not only powerful for your audience, it's very powerful to yourself. Last Saturday, when we ran our Gut Health Kickstarter event, I was in tears because I realized the power of my own journey. That's authenticity. That's me. That's be vulnerable and just share when you failed. Just be there. And the last one is get a coach. Get someone on your side. As again, it's like when you're healing someone, they come to see you because you coach them. So why do you think you can run your own business? Get a coach on your side. It has completely game changed my way of looking at things. Have someone on your side who's challenging you, who's cheering you up, who's with you, who's just celebrating the successes with you, because sometimes we get caught up and we don't even see our successes. That's when they go back and say, sweetheart, this is where we started, and this is where you're now. Just putting it out there. Things like that. So yeah, get a coach on your side as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all these incredible things with us today, Kris. I encourage anyone to visit iquitdairy.com. Is it .com, Kris?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, iquitdairy.com. Yes. Have a look at what Kris does. There's also a website called krisgoetz.com. Yes. It's all going to be in the podcast notes, the links and to these websites. So really have a look at it. It's if you just want to know how to build a cool website and what it needs to look like and what it can look like to come across authentic, that alone is worth having a visit to those websites. But also what's behind the whole healing with iQuit Dairy is amazing too. Please leave any comments or about questions that you have. Put them in the comments and let us know. I know Kris will be more than happy to help you with anything and that you have questions for, as well as I am. I sincerely enjoyed talking to you today, Kris, and please subscribe, follow the podcast so you don't miss the next one next week. And I'm really looking forward to see you all next week again. Thank you.
Thank you.